welcome back to today's lesson where we're going to be talking about organizing and tagging your connections. Now, in the previous videos, we talked about how to grow your network with the people that you know, business associates, colleagues, friends, people in your email contacts that you'd like to connect with. Then we have the LinkedIn Open Networkers, people that have really large networks that are going to exponentially increase your visibility by connecting with them, and we've given you a list of the top 100 that we found. So now, however, that you're getting all these connections, you want to be able to tag them and segment them much like you would an email list. So you really want to think of this as like you're growing your own email list, because you are. So what we're going to do in other lessons is I'm going to teach you how to monetize your connections, and a lot of that is going to have to do with how you tag your connections and how you send them targeted messages based on who they are to you. So let's go to the LinkedIn dashboard and take a look at how you organize and tag your connections. Now here we are back on the LinkedIn dashboard. So what I want to do is I want to go to connections, and I'm just going to click on that. And then here you're going to have all the latest connections that you've connected with. So right here is where you can actually filter your contacts, and you can do it by company, tags, which is what we're going to be talking about today, the location of your connections, the title that they have. So whether it's, executive chefs, here's all the example titles, and I can enter my own. Like I could put owner, for example, and then search by that. I can search by source, whether the person connected with me through LinkedIn, Gmail, or an import that I might have done. Any safe searches and hidden searches, those are just people that I've chose to hide for whatever reason. I don't want to network with them, I don't want to message them, but I don't want to lose them either, because I'm connected to their connections helps my visibility too. So, and basically all you do there is if you want to hide someone, you just click on more and then hide. Or this is also how you can remove a connection, which I don't suggest that you do unless somebody's just being super annoying and really spammy. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to focus on tags. And so you want to tag people, as I mentioned, because we want to segment our contacts much like an email list. Later on, we're going to be sending them targeted messages based on who they are to us. So that's what's going to help warm up these otherwise quote-unquote dead connections, as I like to call them. If you don't ever talk to your connections, they might as well be dead because they're not sitting there doing anything for you. So I'm going to show you just some of the tags that I have, and I'm also going to give you some best practices as to some tags that you could have for yourself. So for example, I've got different types of industries that I've gone after on LinkedIn. So for example, I've got, you see there's doctors there. Here I have my internet marketing friends. Here's attorneys. Here's prospects for my LinkedIn course, CPAs. Here's current clients, people that I should not market to, but I don't want to lose their connection either. I just don't want to send any messages to them because there's not going to be a point. They're not a good prospect. Here's for people that are my friends that these are not people that I'm going to message my marketing messages to, or stuff that I'm doing that might not be of interest to them. I might send them different types of messages like, hey guys, I would really need your help with X, Y, and Z, and because you're my friend, I'm sending you this message. I've got this going on, something like that. So that's what you would do with your friends. And I've got all kinds of different tags here based on prospects and types of prospects that I'm looking for, or salespeople and things like that. Now, those are just my tags. Those are the tags that work for me based on what I was doing at the time and what I'm currently doing. For you, you might want to do something different. But here's a good rule of thumb. Number one, if you're looking for PR opportunities, you might want to have a tag for PR prospects, people that could put you in the media, or for example, writers or bloggers or people like that have the ability to drive a lot of traffic to you, drive a lot of media attention, or just in general attention. You want to put them in one tag. If you have different types of prospects, as you notice, some of my prospects might be doctors, others might be attorneys, others might be CPAs. So if you have different kinds of prospects, you want to put a tag for each kind of prospects, because the content that you're going to send a CPA about your marketing services or whatever services you offer them is going to be different than what you would send an attorney. And you want to make it as niche specific as possible, because it's going to make the prospect see that you truly understand them. And they love that, and it really helps with your conversion rates a lot better. If you've got current clients, you obviously would not send your current clients the same messages that you would send prospects that you're trying to get. So you definitely want to tag them and send them different messages. For example, maybe specials that you're running that's a client-only special, or things like that, or just a great blog post that you wrote and you want not just your prospects to see, but also your clients. That could be fine too. You can also have a tag for people that you do not want to market to. These are people, for example, like the open networkers, those people you might not want to market to, but you want to connect with them because they have the large network. So you would create a tag for that. If you have past clients, they might be getting different messages than current clients or prospects. So you definitely want to put them in a past clients tag. And so you can just go right in here and tag people by what they are to you, or to create a tag. Oops, it's not letting me scroll down. Let me do this. There we go. You would just go to add new tag, and if you want to delete tags, you would just go to manage tags right here, and then you would just go ahead and delete it or edit it based on the name. And it's that simple, just to tag people that you know. You just go down here and you select the tag for them. So one thing that you might want to do in the beginning, if you have your connections are not tagged, is filter them by name. So what I would do is I would just go up here to recent, where it always starts out as recent conversation. The way I prefer to tag people is by first name, and I can just go here and type in the letter A. And now everybody that starts with the letter A shows up here this way, and then that way I can just go down the list and tag them. And then once I'm done with all the A's, then go back up and do all the B's. That way you make sure that you get everybody that is in your connections and you get them tagged correctly. So it's best to do this now while your network is hopefully still small, because the more connections that you have and that you add, the longer this is going to take to do. This can be one of those tasks that is a little bit tedious to do, just because if you have a lot of connections, this is going to be a little bit time consuming to tag them. The great thing is, though, now that you know that this feature exists and that you can segment your connections, now as you get new connections, you can always just go in here and just tag them right away. That way it's not this additional task that you got to do. It's just something that happens as new connections come in. Oh, and you also, if you're not going to market to your open networkers at all, you might just want to also create a tag for them. That way you know those are people that you're leaving alone. You're just connected to them for the network. So what should you do next? Well, now you want to go down to your connections and add the appropriate tags to your current connections based on what you're looking to do. So with this lesson, there is a workbook that has all the suggested tags that I went over. So you can just go ahead and use those tags and any additional ones that you see fit for your particular needs. Go ahead and create the tags, tag all your connections, and get in the habit of tagging all new connections so you don't have to do this again as this long, tedious task. And then go ahead and earn your badge so we can move on to the next lesson, where we're going to be talking about how to monetize these connections that you just tagged. Now that's definitely going to be a training that you're going to want to pay really close attention to. And this training right here that we're doing now, the tagging, really leads into that one, because we need everybody tagged to know what type of messages to send them. So thanks so much for watching. Go earn your badge, and I'll see you on the next lesson.